Hello. Welcome. Let's go for threes. I'm going to do something a little different, or show you something a little different. These are three different ways that I use of putting color to mirrors and to other glass projects. I'm going to show you these three different methods here, and then I've got a fourth one that I'll show you at the end of the video. There's nothing to these, it's dark. Let me show you how dark it is. Somewhere. That's my thermostat on the wall about 2 foot away. That's how dark it is in here. And those are three mirrors, LED lit, backlit. Let's go for some lighting here. Turn the monitor on. What we're going to do, I'll show you all three. I'm going to go ahead and put that little leprechaun there on that mirror. And we'll go ahead and do all three methods. Well, we'll go through the steps of all three. I might do 1, 2. But till you hit the same mirror, and if you don't like it, you can wash it off. It's that simple. The simplest one, is that one. But if you look close, see the dark spots? Trying to get the coating even is pretty tricky. What I used is not endorsing any particular one, but it's just a washable marker, and don't trust that, because I tried pulling the end off and squeezing some juice out, and I've got some psychedelic fingers. It'll go away. But you can just paint on the back side. Just go ahead and fill in your colors with that. And if you do it on top of a light, you can watch and work with your puddling. You can actually use a blow dryer and dry it, try and work it in layers. It's kind of tough, but it's the easiest to do, and the results are actually pretty nice. And that is actually the easiest, but we'll save it till last. This one here, I guess I have to turn the lights off. There we go. That one there was airbrushed, using your craft hobby paints, the ones in the bottles, watercolors, enamel. The only problem with that is, widen it out, if I could turn the light on, you have to cut stencils. Alright, that's the stencil for the alligator head. So I only painted the green there. And you got the letters. And I did it over the top of a light box, that way when you're spraying you can see how much coverage you're getting. That was the entire background and the water, and then I kind of frosted it out down the bottom there. Those are easy to do, because if you got your artwork set up in vector, which most of the time it is, all you gotta do is grab the pieces and then you grab, well, it just zoomed in there. I cut these pieces of poster board, love my poster board, the same size as the image, and I use in the background, I always pull a square the size of whatever I'm working on. These are 5x7s. I'll pull a 5x7 square and rectangle, and it'll be on its own layer. And then you leave it there, work everything off it. That way you're always indexing off the top corner. And then there's another trick. If you're going to be doing this one, that turned out nice. Whoops. Wrong way, right way. Got a little detail in there. You could use a better piper. I used butcher block. I might try it again on photo paper. Some of the photo pipers, I found this one, Kodak photo paper, but I've had this, it's old. I don't know if you can get the same one or not. You gotta lay it on top of a light or hold it up to the light and see if the paper glows or if it turns dark. If it turns dark, can't use it. But if the paper kind of glows, the more it glows, the better you like it. The kitchen tissue parchment, it works pretty good too. But if it comes on a roll, trying to keep it, rolling it back out, getting it flat enough to go through an inkjet printer, good luck. I tried. But that is just printed on an inkjet printer. It's burned on the mirror was burned from the backside, same way as we're going to do here with this little leprechaun. And then it's backed up with the photo put right up against the mirror from the back. Then a piece of glass put up against it so it holds it in so things don't move around. And then put the LED lights in it. As long as your paper will transmit light, will allow light to go through it. Regular notebook paper, regular photocopy paper, it turns black. It's not going to bring your light through the way you want it to. Now here's another little tip I had was, show you these guys here. These are both on the same paper. The difference is the setting. This one used, I went in and told it was photo paper. So it put a whole lot of ink down. It's blacker, but we don't care about the black around the edge because that's going to be behind the mirror. So it really don't matter. We're worried about what the dude looks like. He looks good, but he's dark from here. Now in the viewer, he's looking pretty good to you all. But he's pretty dark in person. This one's looking better as far as contrasts, different colors. It's brighter, it's darker. The black around the back, see how it's grayer? Well, that really don't matter because, like I say, it's going to be behind the mirror. But you want to put a little black outline or something around your image. That way, in case your graphic does get off a little bit, you don't have a white line showing through. I'll just go ahead and paint for this one. I just went ahead and painted the whole thing black. Now here's our graphic. I created it in CorelDRAW. Well, traced it and I found it online. Did some work to it. Got a PNG version and I made the SVG, which is all the outlines. I pulled that 5x7 rectangle around it when I created it, and then exported both of them, the PNG file and the SVG file, with that 5x7. When you import them in Lightburn, you hit import, you grab both of them at the same time. You can grab two files at once, and when you import them, they'll center, they'll be right dead nut over the top of each other. There you are. Let's go up here. This is all different. I didn't bother, but separating colors and doing all that, I just did a quick trace, and it's got way too many colors in it. But there's that frame. Now, if you're going to be doing like the alligator and you want a template, you just go in and grab the parts that you want. You might have to ungroup it a time or two. Like if you're going to wanting to do his hair, let's ungroup that. For some reason that's on a framing layer. I don't know what. It's used all the layers up here pretty good. We'll move it to another layer. And I'm going to go ahead and tell it to fill it so we can see what we're grabbing here. I want that one over there too. So we're going to move it to that layer. Move it to that layer. Oh, heck, we want his beard. So now you can go and turn all the other layers off if you want, or just select those pieces, and you don't even have to select the frame. Select those pieces and cut it out of that poster board, and then you can spray just the hair pieces. You can work on details, do what you want. You can work the whole thing. It's tedious, it's a little more work, but if you're doing a nice graphic, it's well worth the effort. I want to be doing some more because I like it myself. But let's see. Let's go ahead and turn all these off. I get to go back. This is always fun. Got way too many layers here. Okay, now this is the original image here. And that's all we're going to burn, is the image. It need to be inverted, but since there's no words, we'll be it don't matter if it's flipped or not. Usually you need to flip it side to side, so that way all your words and stuff will come out right, because you're burning it from the back side. I've been doing all these. This is the 20 watt. So I've been doing them at, let me turn the light on here. 8045. I turn the minimum down to 1. The minimum is where it's going to stop. Well, I want the shading to go all the way down to nothing. I don't want it to stop at 10%. I want it to go all the way down to nothing. So you could actually make that 0 and be just fine. Yeah, we got the thing. Now you hit Alt-I, bring up the image editor. We're going to have to negative his bullet. So that way, where it's black is where it's going to be white. that's the interesting part about working with the glass and working with the mirrors, is what you see is coming out backwards. This is going to be bright white. This will be less white. All the way down to this will be almost black because it's still the mirror. So it's pretty much going to do what we got here. Kind of light gray. Since this is so dark, it's going to be closer to white. That's black, that's white. That's pretty much what it's going to do. I like going in here my usual is about 420, but I'm going to be coming off of that because I've been getting striping. I'm going to use 5240 right there. And then we want to change this to 09, which is right at 300 DPI, 282. Yeah, let's just change that to 300. 105. And that's ready. Well, make sure you got cut selected. That way it don't matter if any of these are on or whatever. As long as you just select the graphic, it's all it's going to cut. Check the mirrors. Get all this stuff out of the playing area. I made a bunch of cards just for templates for this. I might play with it later. Here's our little mirror. Well, there. I don't like my mirrors laying on the honeycomb or on the table. Oh, come on now. I like them. These are just popsicle sticks or tongue depressors. That's the way I like them. I kind of like them kind of up in there a little bit. Just put a magnet or two around it to hold it still. That one's not going down against it. There it is. It's not straight. We'll fix that. It's way out. And if you haven't seen the new honeycomb mounts, check this out. Oh, mine's loose. Yeah, well, you're holding your mouth right, I guess. Might do a video on those. It's straight that way, and it's straight enough that way. I'm just going to call it close enough. Close enough for government work. Frame it out here. Maybe. Still getting things back up in order. We went through some bad weather. I forgot to focus. Well, if you ain't seen these, they're great. great little items. Don't judge by my... Oops. Oh, hell. That right there is the same height as the kickstand over there. That's the problem with their magnets. Better off taking the magnets out of the plastic. These, they get hung in the cracks and don't want to come down. Lay where you want them. These there are Mexican jumping beans. They hold great, but they'll fly halfway across that screen to get to something, to each other. Alright, we're in here, we're ready to go. Yeah, one thing we didn't check is some scan direction. I have in there, I have the vapor air nozzle, which blows to the front. So to use it on this machine, I'm going to have to turn my scan angle to 180. Because I like to use air on everything. I would much rather be using Comgrow variable speed, variable air, but this is the xTool. It goes, you turn it on and it goes. It's not restricted, it's just a hose straight from the pump, straight into the air nozzle. This is running at 80 MMS and 45% power. And then I got the minimum turned down to 1. You can turn it to 0. I got to turn the fan on, so I'll see you in a little bit. Turn your noisy butt off. Magic eraser, best thing in the world. That's it. That's what it looks like from the front. Yeah. That's him. That's what it would look like in a LED cabinet. Now if you put a piece of gloss white photo paper behind it, this isn't as bright as the cabinet would be, so it's not going to do the same. That's about what it's going to look like. Oops. I'm printing backwards. They are the wrong way. See? And it ain't going to work that way. should have gone ahead and reversed it when I had thought about it. But I would have had to turn every layer back on. Now that's upside down and backward. Let me flip one and print it out real quick. It's a rather quick printer. Like I said, this isn't as bright as a LED would be. Way too many cords laying around here. There you go. A little better idea. That's what it would look like in a LED frame. Not bad for just printing a piece of paper and cutting out a mirror. The mirrors are the same on them all. The only difference is with the markers, you would color in what you want from the back side. Clear coat it when you're done. It'd be great. Then if you're adventurous and want to airbrush, use your stencils, the airbrush. You can't beat that right there for as long as this took. Let me show you. Oops. Yeah. That is a mirror. And the only thing through the back, it's solid, so no light passes through where the mirror is. That's why you get that effect. Quit being stubborn. I like it. It's quick, it's easy, and it puts it in the hands of everybody. You don't have to have a special talent. Now let me show you something. Just put it on a piece of black. That is a glass. Tell them with the glass on the fly. Oops, that's too much light. That's no light. I mean, got a light near it, but nothing on it, shining on it. Yeah. That's the graphic I did it from. But when you put this on top of here, oh my. It even looks good without the lights on. It makes a nicer presentation than the glass by itself, because the glass just don't seem to pop. Get that straightened out there. And the glasses are nice, but See, there's no wow factor or pop to it. That there, you put that in a 3D frame. I mean, that's it turned off. Block some of this other light. I wouldn't mind that on my man cave. But then again, you can do everything and anything. Let me move this head over. That's the way that was done on the same way, but with a mirror. The car is actually a full piece of glass. The whole thing lights up. They don't show it, but it's actually, you can tell the whole thing's lit. Yeah. If y'all enjoy, I'd like to see some of the stuff you do. I've already seen people posting stuff. You never see it before until you post something. That's the way it goes. Enjoy. Got any questions? Feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.